I'm only 18, and last month I made $14,311.47 from just one of my YouTube channels. So here are the 3 methods I use to maximize views and revenue for my channel. Number 1 is going to be increasing your RPM. Many people online think RPM for a channel is capped depending on their audience and niche, which is true to an extent, but here are the proven methods I use to double or sometimes even triple my RPM for certain videos, no matter what niche you're in. First, if you're already monetized, pay attention because I'm about to show you a setting you may have on by default that could be decreasing your RPM. First, go to YouTube Studio, click on Settings in the bottom left corner, click Add Categories, and then unblock these categories. After some time, you could notice a slight bump in your RPM or a drastic one, all depending on your niche and audience. If you want to keep these on because you value your morals very seriously, feel free. I'm not your dad and I can't tell you what to do. The second tip to increasing your RPM is posting longer videos. Posting longer content on your channel gives you more opportunities to place ads on your videos, resulting, of course, in more ad revenue. For example, this is what my ad timeline looks like for my videos on my main channel. I like to put one ad at the beginning and end of the video, plus one ad for every minute of my video in between. So if I'm posting a 15-minute video, I'll have 14 to 15 mid-roll ad placements. And I feel like I should say this, but no, putting this many ads on your videos does not mean every single viewer who clicks on it and watches it is going to be bombarded with ads nonstop. This is because every single viewer on YouTube has something called ad tolerance, meaning the day you started your channel, YouTube has been analyzing how many ads can we feed this person before they leave the video or leave YouTube entirely. For example, if a viewer is watching a 10-minute video and they're served 2 mid-roll ads throughout the video and continue watching until the end, YouTube is going to be like, okay, this person can watch 2 ads within a 10-minute video and not leave. But if that same viewer watches another 10-minute video and YouTube decides to feed them 3 mid-roll ads throughout the video, and on the 3rd ad that person ends up leaving that video or the YouTube platform entirely, they're going to note that down and say, hey, we're only going to serve this person 2 ads for a 10-minute video because we want this person to stay on the platform as long as possible. Because when viewers stay on the platform for long, it means they're served more ads, meaning more money from advertisers, which goes directly to YouTube. Also, since 2023, the vast majority of YouTube viewers are actually no longer watching content on their phones or tablets, but actually on their TV. So since that point in time, YouTube wants to maximize what's called session time. Session time is the metric they use to determine how long someone watches YouTube before logging off or turning off their device. Going back to what I said, they're simply prioritizing this metric because the longer a viewer stays on a video, the more ads they see, which means more money in their pockets. So for you, by posting longer videos, you're doing pretty much exactly what YouTube wants. Because at the end of the day, YouTube's a business, and not only just a business, but the #1 media company in the world as of 2026. Number 2, I prioritize upload consistency versus upload quality. I know, you probably think I'm saying, hey, you should pump out AI slop as fast as you can, but that's not what I'm trying to say at all. I believe it's a big misconception when I see YouTube gurus or other coaches on the platform say quality is the most important thing because everyone's attention span is fried. I think it's a very over-exaggerated claim because throughout my experience on my main channel and my other channels, as long as the viewer can follow your video as normal, that's all you really need to shoot for in terms of the visuals for your video. Just as long as your audience isn't, young children. Because, we all know how that goes. Just take a look at YouTube Shorts, my god. All I would prioritize is just making sure your script and your voiceover are engaging and high quality. And I'm speaking from experience here. I've made basic videos and I've made high quality videos. And posting videos that were edited in a basic style on a consistent basis beats a high quality upload every week or two by miles. On screen, you'll see the stats of some of my videos from one of my older channels I used to run. The first one you're seeing, I remember spending a little over 3 days editing only to get 2,700 views. And the second one, I spent over a week editing, and again, it only ended up receiving 7,000 views. Now here's a video that took me only 4 hours to edit, and in less than 3 months, it's received almost 800,000 views and has made me damn near $8,000 in just YouTube ad revenue. And no, this video was not, some poorly edited slop garbage. I just use simple transitions and effects and nothing more. I really don't think there's a need to go super over the top with editing and visuals because people appreciate it in the moment, but they don't remember it 15 seconds later. Also, here's proof that, my analytics are real and I'm not LARPing. If you want to slow the video down, feel free to do so. Overall, the key takeaway here is posting more videos equals a bigger push in the algorithm, which is a proven thing actually, meaning more views for you, therefore you'll be making more money. Little side note, being in an evergreen niche is also really good for this kind of thing, because when you're not in a time-sensitive niche, every single video you post is going to continue to get views even months or years afterward. So every single time you post, let's say it's once a day, you're just stacking videos on top of each other, and that is going to result in more money for you over time in a semi-passive way. Number 3, I doubled down on video topics that were already working. It sounds crazy I even have to say this, but if you post a video that ends up performing well on your channel, keep making content surrounded by that topic. The amount of faceless channels or personality channels I see on a consistent basis that have 1 or 2 videos that went viral and struggle to replicate that success for months or even years afterward is pretty staggering. Here's an example of a faceless channel I found that covers top 10 moments from streamers. As you can see, their most popular video, titled 15 times streamers destroyed entitled celebrities, got over 1.7 million views. And looking at his videos afterward, this channel somewhat doubled down on this same kind of topic a few times. But look at his videos now and how they struggle to pull in almost any views at all. He's making videos on people like Ashton Hall, Andrew Tate, the hypercar industry, all people and topics completely unrelated to his audience and the people who've watched his most popular videos, which is exactly why he seemed to stop posting and only pulled in 12,000 views in the past 30 days. If I was running this channel, I'd continue to make videos similar to that one, like 15 times streamers destroyed entitled celebrities, or 10 times streamers destroyed disrespectful celebrities. It's all very similar to his most popular one, but at the same time, they're all covering different topics. I'm not saying this to, say this guy's content is bad or his videos aren't good and that I'm better at, doing YouTube. I'm simply just giving you guys a reference of what I'm talking about and how you can avoid it for your channel, because being in this cycle of failure after a big video and a big win for your channel really sucks. As simple as this concept seems, I used to get trapped in this exact same cycle with multiple different channels. I'd have an idea, I'd make a video about it, I'd post it, and over time it would get a lot of views. But the problem was, because I came up with the topic myself, I felt the need to keep coming up with new ideas, since that's what I did the first time, instead of continuing to make content surrounding a topic that was very familiar to the one that performed well on my channel in the first place. And just a little side note I think I should preface while on this topic: if you're not at least somewhat experienced with YouTube, it may not be the best idea for you to start off posting videos under topics you came up with completely on your own. Yes, maybe you've heard, but since the massive AI slop problem YouTube's been trying to regulate and solve, they've been pushing out original content more than usual. Which makes sense, since many of these low-quality AI channels are blatantly just copying their competitors or other people without making any new contributions to the videos themselves. That being said, a video too similar to others is not going to be recommended, but a video too original also may struggle to be recommended, since the algorithm may not be familiar with the topic and will have issues trying to find an audience for it. Another issue could be a demand problem, where if you're really interested in, making pottery sculptures of your cat, YouTube's gonna be like, well, I know people watch pottery videos on here, but this is way too specific and original, and I don't even have anything to compare this to. So you're most likely just not going to get a good click-through rate, or your content is just not going to be recommended at all. So to mitigate this, you have to reach a middle ground, and this is where copying your competitors comes in. And when I say this, I don't actually mean copying, like downloading their video and posting it on your channel. I mean posting videos covering the same topic other channels in your niche are posting that are pulling in solid views. But when following this process, there are two things you absolutely have to do, especially since YouTube has been really cracking down on a lot of the inauthentic content channels and AI slop channels, which a lot of people have been complaining about on Twitter. Number 1 is adding new information the reference video you're taking inspiration from didn't cover or mention at all. And number 2, sound unique when it comes to the word choice of your script. So if you're using phrases or analogies or certain words that are way too similar to, your competitors or your reference video, YouTube is going to pick up on that and either demonetize your channel or stop pushing out your content. For example, if I was in the car niche and I wanted to reference one of my competitors' videos titled 13 car brands that are going bankrupt, you can't just take every single car brand mentioned along with the details of those car brands in the video and just rewrite it, especially using an AI tool. Sure, you can cover 4 or 5 of the brands your competitor talks about, but add new insight on why those brands are going bankrupt, then make the remaining car brands you discuss within your video car brands that weren't mentioned in your competitor's video. This is going to give you a huge boost in the algorithm, plus YouTube sees your channel as original or valuable to new viewers compared to just another low-quality copycat channel that brings nothing new to the table or viewers of YouTube. All of this information falls under a new policy YouTube soft launched a couple months ago titled Net Information Gain. Essentially, the way it works is Google Gemini, which is now fully integrated and a part of the YouTube algorithm, will analyze every single video covering a specific video topic. It will then analyze your video's transcript and compare it to the rest of the similar videos in that same topic. If Gemini determines your video is too similar to others, it will pretty much conclude that it's worthless and not worth pushing out, which makes complete sense, because why would the algorithm push out 5, 10, 15 plus videos that are literally the exact same or way too similar to one another? So, if you follow what I just said, YouTube is not only going to give you a huge boost within the YouTube algorithm, but they're also going to reference your video when people make certain searches on Google. Since Gemini was fully integrated into the YouTube algorithm, they are now referencing specific YouTube videos when people are Googling certain questions or things online for them to watch. As you can see, if I were to Google worst gas stations, I'm going to get an AI overview from Gemini, but not only that, they are going to pinpoint a YouTube video for me from Car Care Hub. The reason this video appears is because they're the most original out of the topic and bring the most value to the table. Therefore, Gemini is going to recommend it. So again, not only are you getting more views from the YouTube homepage or just throughout YouTube in general, but you're also getting more traffic from Gemini and Google. Number 4, making US-based content. Now, what I mean by US-based content is when you start posting videos on YouTube, of course YouTube has to figure out who your audience is, but with determining who your audience is also determines what region they're watching from. Now you may think, oh yeah, region, I don't really care where the person is watching, but if you want a fatter check at the end of the month, this is something that you need to switch or care about. This is something you need to switch if the majority of your audience is not from the US. This is because advertisers in first world countries like the US and Canada pay a much bigger premium when it comes to reaching potential customers versus a country like India or Saudi Arabia. Because over there, people make less money, they have less disposable income to buy products, therefore advertisers pay much, much, much less. So if the majority of your viewers are from places that aren't majority English-speaking countries, like, again, Canada and the US, and maybe a little bit of Germany and Britain from what I've heard, then your RPM is going to be significantly lower. So depending on whatever niche or topic your channel covers, you might want to prioritize talking about things that are a little bit more popular in the US. So if you're making videos on, celebrities or celebrity moments, you're going to want to cover news or celebrities or celebrity moments or celebrity topics that are extremely trendy and popular within the United States. Because sure, I'm sure other countries like the ones I mentioned, Saudi Arabia, India, Russia, all have popular celebrities that millions of people watch. But because of the reasons I explained earlier, they're not really worth much compared to a US viewer or a Canada viewer. So depending on the niche your channel's in, you're going to want to switch your focus more on US-based things or moments or people versus what you may be doing right now. If you want to check this, you can go into YouTube Studio and see how much of your audience is from what region. And if it's not the majority US, then this is a problem and you should listen up because I'm going to teach you how to fix this. It's literally as simple as shifting your content from one thing to what's popular in the US. So let's say you have a food channel. Let's say you're talking about Italian dishes. I bet a lot of people watching aren't from the US. They're probably from Italy. They're probably from neighboring countries by Italy, whatever, right? But if you're talking about more American Italian dishes like spaghetti, you're definitely going to get a bump up in US viewership. And of course, because US advertisers pay a premium to reach the potential customers they want to sell a product or service to, you're going to get a higher pay rate because 55% of what the advertiser pays goes to YouTube and you get that remaining 45%. So the pie just gets bigger for you. So that wraps up this video. If you guys have any questions or comments or feedback on anything regarding the video, let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe because I'm going to be posting a lot more videos like this coming soon, as well as check out any of my socials, plus the software I'm going to be introducing very soon in the description below.